Hello friends, in this video I'm going to show you how to create this animation using Blender. Blender is free and open source software you can download free of cost and create this animation along with me. And it is very simple and easy. Only a little time you need to spend while doing certain activities, otherwise it's very simple to create. So let me explain you how to do it. So for that I need to open Blender, and by default whatever screen comes I'm going to exit, and then removing that the basic square is added, and then I need to add my text. To get any object or any element on the screen I need to press Shift and A together, alphabet A. There I need to select text, and I need to rotate it to make it properly standing on the x-axis. So press R for rotate and then X for x-axis and 90 to make it stand. And I want to rotate it to towards Z and in 90. So R for rotate, Z for according the rotation option, and then 90 to make it proper. To edit this text, I need to go to the edit mode. For that, I need to press tab in my keyboard, and then I'll be in the edit mode. You can see now I'm in the edit mode. Let me use backspace to remove that text, and I wanted to add my required text. And then it's a text by default, it is aligned left. So let me come back to object mode by pressing tab. So I'm in the object mode now. And in the properties pane, you can see the object data properties, that alphabet. And then you have many options. From the menu, first of all, let us select the paragraph, and horizontal align is left. Let it make it be like center. I want to give some character spacing, so maybe this much is fine. And in the font, I'm selecting a proper font family, which is to make the text be shown bit bigger or larger. And then I need to give the geometry, that is extrude maybe 6 points to look bigger, maybe a little more. And it is not a mesh, so I need to convert into a mesh so that I can do other activities on it. So right click on it, select it, right click on it, and convert to a mesh. And if I go to the edit mode, you'll see the mesh is not properly arranged. I need to arrange it proper. So that let me come back to object mode, select the object and go to the modifiers. There I need to, modifier is the range icon, where I need to select the modifier called remesh. And in the remesh option, I'm going to select called sharp to make it little early or little proper. So that let me go to that remove disconnected to unchecked, and then make it to 10 points. If you are using little low end machine, this process will take a lot of time. And if you are having a good memory and good capacity of machine, it will happen faster. Now I need to apply this modifier. If you go to this small wedge next to the camera icon, there is an apply option. If you click on that, it will be applied. Now if I come back to my edit mode, you can see the mesh is arranged properly. Now I need to break this into pieces. There is an option called quick fracture. By default, it may not be available when you download it. To activate it, you need to go to edit and go to preferences. There you need to search for cell fracture, and then that object will not be checked. You need to just click on that. So check the box, and by default it will be added to your system, the application, then you can use it. Now I can use that cell fracture. So before that, I need to give the order of fracturing, which way it has to be. So that I'm using an annotation pencil, and then I wanted to draw some lines on top of the text. To do that, the placement of the annotation, whatever I'm creating, should be on top of the text, that is surface, so the mesh. So say if I select the surface, what happens? Whatever text I draw now, whatever lines I draw will be placed on top of the text only. It will not be placed anywhere. And I'm just adding simple some kind of drawing. It's not even drawing, so you can add the way you want. But if you make it more complex, the process of fracture will take more time. But I'm good to wait, and my machine may not take that much time, so I'm good with it. And then now the annotation is created. Now I need to use the cell fracture. So go to Object, and then go to the Quick Effects. There you can see the cell fracture. And if I click on that, it will give me a dialog where it is asking what is the point of source, and that is annotation pencil. And how many pieces you want? Approximately 500 pieces. And then whether you wanted to make this all pieces into in a specific folder. Yes, I want to keep all of them into fracture. A folder will be created. And then if I press OK, it will take a while, but it will create a complete fracture. So I'll stop my video, I'll wait for it, and then I will come back. For me, it took almost 5 minutes to make this final output. Anyway, it depends upon the machine capacity. Now I need to get rid of this annotation pencil. I'll select the annotation pencil and then go to the annotation note and remove this note. I don't want that. Now I can see that all pieces are now selected altogether because they are all kept in one folder called fracture. Now I need to attach the physics. So the physics is called rigid body. And then I'll make this to maybe 100 grams, smaller piece, a smaller weighted piece. And then now currently it is not applied to all the pieces. It's only applied to one active piece, and I need to apply this to all the pieces. For that I need to go to Object. In the Object, in the rigid body, there I need to select copy from active. Whatever active piece is there, please accordingly give it to all other pieces. If I click on that, now that particular rigid body added to the pieces. And if I play this, now you can see that explode is happening and all are dropping. The reason, the gravity. So I need to remove the gravity. For that I need to go to the physics properties, rather scene properties, where you can see the rigid body world. There I have two options. One is cache. That says when your simulation should start. Let me start it at 30th frame onwards, and then there is an option field weights where you have several field weights where I'm just removing the gravity so that they don't fall. But now if I play, the explosion will be very drastic. I don't want that. So why? Because by default the quick fracture is creating all the fractures. Along with that, it is keeping that basic one as it is. And we may require it, we may not require it. For my animation, I don't require, so I'm just removing it. I don't want that. Now, if I play this, nothing will happen because no animation, nothing. So now it's slowly moving up, but I don't want that movement, etc. And that is not going to help me at all. So now I need to add the effects, the further actions to it. For that, I need to add the forces. So let me select the forces. If I need to select the forces, I need to press Shift A, and then you can see the force fields. There are different force fields are there. There I am selecting wind, and currently a wind is actually pointing to Z direction, and I need to make it to the X direction. So let me bring into this view. Press 7 in your num keypad, and then make it rotated. Maybe I think 3 is good, and make it rotated like this, and then make rotated like this, and bring it backward. Sorry, I think I need to bring towards this, and I need to rotate it completely. I think the rotation is not coming up properly. I'll make sure that it is dot y, and it is like that. So basically it is parallel to the text and making this little away. And the wind strength, if I wanted to see the wind strength, I need to go to this physics properties, and the strength of the wind is only 1 point. That is not enough. So I need to make it like 150. And if I run this again, if I animate again, you can see it will bake, and it is basically throwing it out towards the direction, whatever direction it is. And I need to bring it back anyway. That I don't want to use along. Not only that, I would like to use another one. So that I need to add another force called Vortex. And then this also has the strength of 1. That is not enough. I'll make it 20. And then if I see the animation, now the text is coming together, and then it's basically exploding and taking 2 ways and trying to create something. And let it bake till the end, and then I will show you how this effect is going to help us. So I have baked the entire action. So now if I just wanted to run it, if you see, this is basically coming from downward towards upward, and then coming in the middle, and then it is now trying to take the shape of the text. But it's happening a bit faster. We need to make it a little simpler, and we need to make this animation a bit dramatic. For that, I need to select all the pieces together, and I want to get rid of this baking every time. I don't want to do that, and I want to bake all these keyframes to a proper pointers. So for that, I need to go to Object, and then go to Rigid Body and Bake to Keyframe. So that entire animation will be baked into keyframe, and then the Rigid Body and other properties will be eliminated, so that the real animation will be with us. You can do whatever adjustments you want to do, but I'm good with it. I'm just baking to the keyframe, but it takes a while to do that. Now you can see all the keyframes are created. Now I can simply animate it. The animation is already there, but it's happening a bit faster. And if I run this from the backward, the real effect will appear. And for that, I can start from the last frame to the first frame, and you can see the effect is coming up, but it's too fast. So I need to make it a little slower. First of all, I want to make this complete frames to 600, so that I can make this entire animation to all 600 frames. So I can bring some frames to the end, let it happen a bit fast. Only thing is, the revealing of the the text should happen a little slower. So for that, I am bringing all these keyframes with small distance, so that the animation will be slower. So let me select one by one, drag it, and keep it away with each other. Currently they are nested with each other. So you should be a little careful while doing it, because the keyframes, if you take any keyframe which is in between, so the entire animation may get messed up. So let me arrange all the keyframes in a proper order and come back. So now I have arranged all the keyframes in the proper order and as much as possible. And now if I run this from the backward, you can see the effect. It's coming up like this. The pieces are coming from the down towards up, and then they are getting arranged in the middle, and then the animation become a bit slower, and then slowly they are arranging the text. You can take a little more time to make it much more interesting, and for the sake of the tutorial, I'm keeping it this way. And now this text is aligned, but we wanted to give some kind of material to it. So I'm going to give that material with that glow, kind of a fire material. For that I need to get into the gradient shade editor, not gradient, shade editor. I need to select any one piece effectively first, and then I will apply that to all pieces later. Let me select new material. Let it be be like this, and I want this material output will be different and this principal BSDF separate, because I'm going to add some additional nodes. Then it will be accordingly giving the effect. So to do that, I need to add a mix shader. To add any node, you need to press Shift and A here, and then you need to search for it. So mix shader. So you can mix two shades together. So shader to surface, and then I need to add one transparent BSDF. That will be to one shader, and then I need to add another mix shader. So this transparent BSDF will create that transparency while using that particular material on any part of the mesh, and we'll animate that shader so that we will sometimes see the effect of that particular piece is disappearing and coming back. And then I need to now add basically I need to connect this to the one shader. Another one is emission. I need to add an emission node, and then this emission node will be added to this. Strength I'm giving to 200, and color, because I want to create a fire kind of thing, I'm adding this color. Now I need to add one color ramp node, and then the color will be added to this factor and also to this factor. I need to add mix RGB. So mix RGB, and then color to this factor, and make these nodes near to each other. But anyway, we'll take care of this later, little later. And then I need to add one noise texture. So Shift A, noise texture, and this color will be added to one color, and then another will be gradient texture. This color will be added to the second color, and then the scale of the this particular mixed noise texture, let it be at 4D, and the scale I'm making it to maybe some 10, and also details to maybe some 7, and we can adjust it later, maybe 3. And then I need to add a mapping node. Mapping node has a vector, that vector to this W and vector to this vector, and I need to create one texture coordinate node, and then it's an object. So object will be added to the location and also object to the rotation. And now accordingly the effect will come. Only thing is I need to just see whether that effect is coming or not. So I need to adjust this. And before that I need to do one important thing, that is in the nodes I need to go to the views, or I need to just sometimes options, and in options I need to go to the blend mode to alpha blend, and the shadow is alpha hashed. And then if I do that, try to see this, let me change it to the shading mode, and then I need to check it how it is appearing. So now let me bring it to next to each other, and now if I bring it to the next to each other, then you can see that kind of fire kind of thing is coming. But currently it is attached to only, maybe I'll keep it like this, and maybe like this. Otherwise it will be transparent. So the transparent VSDF is actually doing that. So you can see that particular element is missing. I think we can keep each to each other like this. And to see this effectively, I need to just go to that world properties and change the color, world color to black, so that the color will be appearing properly. Now I need to apply this particular material to all. So let me select that and then select all the, let me select this and then let me select all these cells. Maybe like I'll select this first and then and press B, and then I'm selecting all of them like this. So basically B is a box selection, and then I need to press Control L, keep the cursor here only, press Control L and link to materials, so that all materials are now having same kind of shade, and you can change that the way you want. So now the more you reduce, it is appearing, and you need to adjust it accordingly. Now if you see in a render mode, let me just put it in a render and see the image whether it is appearing properly. Now it is coming up a bit okay, but we need to change the other things now. We need to change the camera view, etc. Now I want to give a base color to maybe a kind of bluish color, so that since all are selected, the color is automatically added. So now you can see that particular thing is happening. But now I want to animate this material by adding one empty. So I'll say Shift A and add one empty, and that empty will be added to all these pieces. So let me select all of them again, and then in the item I'll be selecting the empty, and that empty I can animate the way I want. So let me go back to my, add one more timeline view. So let me just add, remove it. Let me add one more, and one more. I think I'm not able to add it here. Let me do one thing. Let me convert into a timeline. So currently timeline is appearing like this. Now I'm selecting this particular material, sorry, the empty, and let me put this empty somewhere like this, maybe from somewhere here, and then I am adding the if I press I can add a location. So simply location is fine for me, and then let me go down to this maybe like 250, and that I will bring this side, and this there also I'll add one location keyframe. Again come back and then select empty and bring this back towards left, and then here also I need to add one location. So now I am going to see this, it's slowly moving, and accordingly the effect is coming. I think I'm putting it as a backward, so that's not the right thing. I'll bring these things into other side and these this side, and if I do that, the text is coming and it is exploding, and then this thing is entering now. Maybe I need to put it this way itself. Let me put it, I think it's not coming to the next to each other. So let me keep this here. And then what exactly is happening is it's not going towards that. So let me remove this. So sorry, Control Z, the empty is removed first by mistake. I need to remove the keyframes only. Then I need to bring this like this, and then I need to say, just go to that this one and press I. So now if I can see, now it is happening. Little bit here I'll bring. Again I'll add it again, and again I'll keep it here and bring it a little middle only, so that half the section will be having those things. And now like this, it's fine. Only thing is I'll keep these guys little away, and now it's coming up like this. Now let me run this from the backward. What exactly is happening we can see. So let me bring them here. Now let me bring this to like this, maybe this much, and also I'll add one keyframe here so that it looks nice. Now I need to set up the camera view. So I'll need to press the 0 in my num keypad, and then I need to go to view in the right side. There I need to set the camera lock, and then I need to bring in the middle. So keep it like this, and then I can remove these other options so that I will not see anything in the screen. And then if I run from the backward, you can see the effect. And then you can add the lighting and other things based on your requirement, which will be discussed in another tutorial based on the another example. You'll understand. But this is actually coming up in a nice way, and then you can see that. So now it's coming, and finally there is a fire is created. Let me go back and see here, and if I just render the image, I can see the text is coming like this, and the empty animation matters a lot. And now I need to create this as a picture, a movie. For that I need to select the output properties. There I need to select the folder where I need to create this output. There I'm actually creating one drive. In the drive I'm creating a folder. The folder name is new output, and I'm selecting it, so that now my entire whatever frames I'm creating will be pasted there. And I need to create this as a transparent one, so that whenever I add it to another application, I'm going to use After Effects, where I wanted to have only the transparent images. For that I need to go to render properties. There I need to go to fill, and I need to make it transparent. And also I can create a bloom, and I can make the changes if I want. So basically bloom will create this kind of effect. So it's very nice to see. So now I need to translate this into a proper image render. So basically I'm selecting 16 bit of color depth, and it's RGBA, so that alpha is there. Without RGBA you can't have that alpha in the background. So now let me render it. The render will take a little while, so that I'll stop the recording and I'll come back. And how to render it? That is basically you need to go to render and render animation. So I have selected 600 frames, but I'm stopping at 420 frames because I don't want to go ahead, because I want to use only those frames. So let me cancel it. And then I need to come back to my application called After Effects. And all these frames are created in a location, so I need to go to that location and bring all the frames all together. So let me select new composition. Instead of that, I'll do one thing. I'll just import the files first. Import file, and then I'll go to the folder. So new output, and you can see all the frames are added here. I'll select any one of the frames, and then I will take the sequence of all PNGs. So PNG sequence, and press import. And then I can drag and drop inside the composition. I can see this. Only thing I need to do, I want to reverse it because it should not break apart. It should come together as the logo. So I'll right click on it and I'll say the time and reverse layer. As simple as that. Now since it is a transparent layer, transparent image, all are transparent images, I'll add a layer, a solid layer, and bring that in the backward, and I can add some effects, otherwise I can keep it as it is. Now if I run this will have the same effect what you have seen in the earlier movie what I have shown you. That way we can achieve this. The process is very simple. Only thing is setting up certain elements may take little time, but it's quite interesting. So it helps you to understand Blender, I believe. If any questions, you can mention in the comment section, and keep learning this passionately. It's my stress buster, and I love this subject matter. Thanks for watching this video, and please do subscribe and keep watching. Thank you very much.